When the AV Club travels, we always make time to visit pop culture landmarks. If something memorable happened in the world of film, TV, books, or music, we want to go there. We're not just tourists, we're pop pilgrims. Few movies have taken advantage of Chicago quite like the Blues Brothers. John Landis' 1980 musical comedy starring John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd as Jake and Elwood Blues, shifty musicians on a mission from God. There are literally dozens of Blues Brothers locations to visit, but our pilgrimage takes us to a key early scene where the brothers have a confrontation on a bridge with the American Socialist White People's Party.
Illinois Nazis.
As the Nazis discover, Jake Blues hates Illinois Nazis. What do you think it is that's so unique about this little bridge?
We're not very far from downtown Chicago, and yet we're in this pastoral setting with this sort of babbling brook going by. I mean, you don't have to go too far to find something that's outside of the skyscraper canyons. It's not a whole lot of traffic coming through here, so it was a great place to work in terms of staging this traffic jam, and the water being not so deep, so when everybody jumped in, they didn't have to fish them out with hooks.
We're gonna kill that son of a bitch.
It was a huge deal in Chicago when the Blues Brothers shot here. Prior to that, there had been a few notable projects that had shot around Chicago, but nothing quite like the Blues Brothers. In fact, not at all like the Blues Brothers. As much as when the film came out, and it received some success at the box office, I think its most enthusiastic audience were other filmmakers and other studios who saw that film and figured, man, they'll let you do just about anything in Chicago. It was very visible, and it seemed like they had the keys to the city, and the mythology that built up around the parties and the cars being crashed and everything that they were doing was truly a pop culture event.
They're not gonna catch us. We're on a mission from God.
One thing people really love about Blues Brothers is not just that it used the city well, but that it kind of was giving the middle finger to public areas, like dropping cars and driving through Daley Plaza.
The notion of excess was to be embraced fully on that production, and that was part of its fun, obviously, but more cars, more tanks, more SWAT teams, more helicopters. It was, I think, the point, frankly.
Yeah, and when I say my name is Dan Telfer, I mean, I'm sure everyone's aware. It sounds familiar. Of course, I am the son of William R. Telfer Jr., who played police officer number 7132 in the Blues Brothers. Would you give the Blues Brothers the title of the definitive Chicago movie?
It is definitive as a showcase for Chicago people, as well as its culture, as well as just the spectacle of the production, and the fact that it happened before all these other films that we're so much more familiar with these days. It was like the first to really bend the rules and put its stamp on popular culture. I would have to say it's very much the definitive Chicago film.